Hello everyone, and this is Serenity's here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale video for you guys today. This time today guys, back with two Royales in squad, and as you can see on the top of the screen guys, I am playing with the real Royal Hobo this time, and Sun today. So Royal Hobo, the man himself, not the cheap imitation that Sun has constructed. No, I'm joking man. A Royal Hobo and a Royal Hobo, the OG. They are together in this gameplay as we're playing in squads here for a nice victory royale. And unfortunately, in this one, I thought I had captured the second and third kill I get in this game, but apparently I didn't. So there was like there's two battles we're going to see in this first initial win that I got. I think this was the first one that I had with Hobo, or it might be the second now, I can't remember, but I've got another installment playing with Hobo, Adam and Sun, which was a slightly better gameplay that we won yesterday. So looking forward to bringing that out. But this one today, it's nice, it's a couple of wins. So I'll probably do, like when I play squads with the lads, I'll probably do these installment videos, just like the final battles of these squad games, and just show you how it went down. But so the next video will feature another couple of these squaddy games. The next one featuring the same set of people, including Dancer as well. So in this gameplay today, Fortnite highlights from Adam, Royal Hobo, Sun, and myself, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So in this one, it's Hobo, Sun, and myself in this one to the victory royale. And at this point here, that gold pistol is going to become really invaluable in a minute. You're going to see why. But certainly glad I picked it up because I do the business with it on this next moment of the gameplay. But it's always fun to play squads. I like it, similarly to playing with 4 or 3 of our friends. It's always nice to do that, and definitely a lot of hype and community, fun feels when you play with a great squad of people, like the friends I have on Fortnite Battle Royale and Xbox in general. But just really great to be playing with such a great set of individuals. And right here, I think it's Sun or Hobo gets attacked. I can't tell which one it is. But I try to do my business and try and help out. Some nice pistol shots into there to help out. I think it's Hobo actually that goes down, so able to pick him back up. But yeah, really nice play there. As the guy was moving up towards me, I got some really nice pistol shots. One actually did a headshot as he was coming up the ramp. I think I had shots on 2 players there, so that was really, really nice. That really worked out, and as you can see, I'm able to pick up Hobo here, and Sun's just being careful, to stay alive. So nice play from us there. As you can see as well, this is a bit of an older gameplay, this one, because I'm still on the default controls at this time, and I only recently made the switch in this last week. Really, I've switched to Combat Pro, so what you're seeing here is old entities gameplay, but I have got a few of these to come out because some of them haven't come out yet, and some of my last games on the default settings were still really good, so I will be looking to bring those out. But yeah, like I said, this is the final sort of showing. Probably the next few videos will be the final showing of default control settings, because I've got a few duos wins with Sun, some of our earlier ones that I would still like to bring because of the style of the victories and the way we got them. I really liked. Even though it's, like I say, it's old controller settings gameplay, for me it's still fun to watch, and I hope it will entertain. But yeah, coming back to this one today guys, just looking to move forward now. It's a really nice battle from the 3 of us there, and really satisfying to win with Royal Hobo's been a really good friend of mine, and really good friend of Sun over the years. Royal Hobo, the infamous speedrunner, that's where Sun sort of met Hobo in the speedrunning community, and obviously being Sun's one of Sun's best friends, then I met Royal Hobo, and it was just great. It's just been great playing with Casper, because he's been a really good friend over the years, and I've played with Hobo on my own as well and done some great things in matchmaking, and just generally had so much fun playing this guy over the time. He's a real character in our friend group, and to get another video back with Hobo on the channel, back on Serenity's vids. Last time he really featured was Master Chief Collection, I think in some elements of Halo 5, but mainly MCC, making light work of Wasp Almighty and Respectful at the time was his last outing on Serenity's vids, but just to remind people of that. But yeah, definitely, like I say, all of these guys are such good friends to me, and like I say, it's really nice to get a showing of all of our good stuff in squads that we do have. And like I said before, when I've played with my other friends as well, like it's really satisfying to win in squads with 3 players. So it's really good to upload this. And at this point here you can see like it's a bit older settings from me now, older sort of gameplay, but you can see that I'm just really getting a bit overactive on the building here. I mean, I think we're against one player. I can't see on the preview screen, and this one player ended up that was a decent player, but yeah, possibly wasting too many materials here because this isn't the last zone, and obviously this guy who's the solo player is not going to reveal himself to a massive metal fortress. So to be honest, I think on my part it's a little bit of a waste of materials because we end up not having to use this base and have to abandon it for the next zone. So definitely got to be careful of that, committing too many resources so early on, because it can be not always a great thing sometimes. Now you can see that I'm looking at the bushes because where is this last guy at? It's 3 against 1, and when you're in this situation in squads you just really have to use your numbers and overwhelm the remaining enemy players. Really, in this case it's 1 player, so but I mean, a good strategy from the single player to hide and not reveal himself straight away, because the more he plays for time, obviously as the zone does get smaller, there's less places for him to hide. But at this stage of the game, what he's doing is quite smart because we have no idea where he is. And like I say with squads, I think it's just when you are against 1 player, it's probably best just to run around until you find him, because unless he's got an RPG, obviously don't all get blown up by that. But yeah, it's just the main thing here really is we move to the final zone is just to stick together to avoid any embarrassing squad loss just from not being able to stick together, and he picks us off one by one. But paying particular attention to the bushes, because that's a prime sort of scenario where people might decide to hide. So as you can see, I've pretty much wasted all of my materials on that previous build, so not the smartest of things for me to do. And I like to think now on my recent Fortnite games I've improved much more on that front and don't waste materials like I did in this gameplay. I'm much more conservative now with materials, and generally as well builds a sort of panic build in certain situations, like more to reactive building rather than sort of general not helpful building, not in the sense of winning the game. So it's important to sort of make sure not to waste materials just from doing kind of daft builds. So at this point here I'm just looking to make sure I have the most materials I have out, which was a smart idea because I do end up getting sniped from the single player. But he has now revealed himself, so I know that he's somewhere off the south side. And I think I see an image of him here, but since I know he's good at a sniper rifle, I don't want to peek out, and it's better to just call that out to my teammates so they know roughly where to look. But definitely here I think the main tactics should be for us to overwhelm him, which is what we're going to do, and I am going to finish him off for the match winner. But as you can see, the storm does start to approach here, and I try to fire some shots and then run behind cover quickly because I know that he's going to be able to hit one of those again, so I don't really want to get sniped. So at this point here, as you can see, starts to fire rockets at us now, so definitely more of a threat. The solo player isn't afraid, but just generally a good play from us there to still stick together. It's 3 against 1, and eventually as he comes over the hill getting a bit more confident, I'm able to headshot him with a gold scar, and that's the end of the game for that one. So I think that was one of my first wins with Hobo together in Fortnite. I can't remember what was the first one with Hobo actually, but I think this was one of the first ones I won with the OG Royal Hobo, and not the legendary Royale Hobo. But yeah, I think that was the first win, so that was a nice one. Hobo making an appearance on Serenity's vids again. I hope you enjoyed, Casper. But yeah, you'll definitely be featuring next time, buddy, in this next dual squad video. So right here, moving on to game 2, guys. This is where I was playing on the day where they applied the update to get rid of the build problem, and they really messed up the screen. So you've got a gameplay here of the screen a bit messed up on that initial day. As you can see, it looks a bit weird. Luckily they've changed that now, thank God. Again, this is me playing on default controls before I made the switch. I think it was after this update where they put the screen back to normal I was able to do my switch. But yeah, in this gameplay playing with Adam on a rare M16 and some Royal Hobo, and yeah, really nice gameplay this one too. This is a 5-kill win from me perspective in the squads here with the boys, so another nice gameplay as well. But like I said in the second installment, you know, Hobo will be back in better form actually. I think the gameplay that I got playing with Hobo, Adam and Son of yesterday was better standard, so you know, hopefully Hobo will enjoy that, because that one I just did there with the final battle was a bit brief and a little bit tame considering it was just one guy in the final fight. But this gameplay is really good, this one. We kind of have a situation where we're all looking at different things, which is not always a bad idea in squads, to expand your squad over, you know, distance. And at that point there you can see that there's a chest up top, and I think that's I think that's Son trying to go for that. I can't really see on the preview screen sometimes with the names, but nice play to try and go for that. At this point I think I spot someone past the pylon, so I go to check it out and I can see someone running past, and normally I wouldn't be that aggressive on a kill, but I do find when I play squads, particularly when I play with Adam, because you know he's really good, and Son as well obviously, there's less opportunity for me to do things, so I think on this night of games I just really wanted my own personal fight, which, you know, can sort of understand, because, you know, I want to get some action as well. And I do knock that solo player, some really nice shots with the green AR there, and just being patient at this point just to see where, you know, any of his teammates might have come from, because he does get knocked down, so he does have teammates that are active on the battlefield. And at this point I just look to finish him off, because I want to see what loot he has. I can't see any of the other players, so I'm guessing that they're, you know, they could be close by, but they might not be. And as you can see, he had a lot of toys. I'm pretty glad I killed him, because he had a cold scar and multiple other things of interest, so I'm very happy with that. And at this point here though, I'm a bit low on ammo, so I ask, I think it's Son, to drop me some ammo, and he's going to do that for me in a minute. But we do get a bit overwhelmed and surprised when that does happen. It's always the way. As soon as Son tries to drop it, he comes under attack, so immediately I start to build. Kind of my bad that I asked for it at that time, but, you know, how was I to know we were going to be attacked? So at this point here we're getting attacked in two different ways. We're getting attacked from the west and the east side, so I'm trying to build up my walls, trying to do as much as I can my default control building. Actually, that default control building was quite acceptable, to be honest. I was quite happy with that actually. It was quite good protection there, considering from both sides, because I didn't take that much damage and was able to knock that guy over the hill. So actually it did work out. Obviously I need some ammo, so hopefully this guy that I've knocked down will have some, so going to finish him off there to see that he does have some ammo, so that's going to be helpful. Hopefully I won't be struggling now, and try to come back to help my team, help Adam and Son, because they're kind of in a state of peril at the moment, so I'm just looking to go back. And do have the chug jug, which is going to be useful. Obviously, you know, we can use that to heal my other teammates, and obviously myself as well, because I did take some shield damage. So we need to get in now, because the storm's coming in, and I take a bit of a silly route here, because you know, I didn't realise how fast the storm was approaching, and just wanted to really get away from those people and not be out in the open. So, you know, I take responsibility for the fact that I'm going to be in the storm, but it's not actually that far away, so I will make it. Plus I have the chug, so worst comes to worst, I would survive. But at this point, as you can see, because I had to go through the complex, it's going to take me a little bit more time to rejoin with the others. So, you know, obviously I have to be careful, because as you can see on the head-up display there, a lot of people were lost in the storm, and I think that was the other people that we were fighting, because we got them all weak. But for one reason or another, I don't think Adam and Son finished them off and just left them in a state of peril wherever they were, low health. So I guess that the storm probably finished them off. So you know, that was lucky for us, and we managed, you know, what was a really quiet situation ended up becoming a very busy one very quickly, and that can happen in squads. So at this point here, guys, I think there was another kill. I can't remember if there was another kill just there. Again, it's hard for me to tell the preview screen, but I think this is like 1 minute on from when we've just healed up from the storm. So looking at, you know, getting some more fights now. See a couple of people up here. Nice work from my teammates to down those guys. We get a couple of kills there, and some shots over coming from the hills. So we're going to have to be careful of that as we make our next push into one of these final zones. And again, guys, as you can see here, just taking care to slide down the mountain carefully and just get the loot. Valuable med kit on the floor there, so we'll definitely be taking that, some materials, some wood. And just got to be careful of the north side right now. That's where Adam, Son and myself need to sort of focus our attention. So, you know, get into that next zone and fortify up and have a look around. As you can see, there's a crate to the west side over there. A little, looks like a wooden structure. At this point here, again, like, I wanted to play aggressive at this moment in time because I could see where the base was and where we were getting shot at, and I'm behind a house here for cover. There could be players inside of it as well, so I want to be in this sort of area to build my own base because I've got a view of the house, I'm right over it. Also, I've got a view of the crate and I've got a view of the people at north, so that's why I decided to put my structure here. And again, at the time of this gameplay, I wanted to take more aggressive roles when I was playing Fortnite with my teammates here, so that's why I build my base in this way, because I kind of want to, you know, and I know that I can rely on my teammates to watch my back as well. That's why I build quite a big base. So getting myself high enough to the point where I can shoot that enemy base, and some really nice shots from the gold scar from me here as I do knock down one of their players, and that completely undermines their setup over there. Adam finishes the kill, the other guy's downed over there, so we've really got no chance. We eliminated the other team that was a threat to us, and that's pretty much sealed the victory in this Royale. That little play there, nice movement from Adam to move into that after I put a lot of hurt on those guys with the gold scar. Here just checking for the last guy because it's one player now that we've got to find. So again, you know, the bush rookies, they're always sometimes occurring on Fortnite, and you know, you do get some really smart solo players at the end that can cause you troubles if you don't sort of pay attention. So right here, just putting a trap down, you know, in case of, you know, someone building up to me, just build higher and just try to get above them if they do try that strategy. But at the time here with default controls, I wouldn't have been able to do it as fast, so I put down my trap and just, you know, keep my eyes out, to be honest, and try and listen as well as I can, you know, for an attacking player. So at the moment, any structure or any sort of, you know, cover is potential for that single player to be in. So, and any bush as well. So, so at this point, he really is taking his sweet time because I suppose he knows he's got no chance. But you know, these single players that get down to the final thing, they would love a solo squad win. He's definitely not going to get it against us, but you know, that's what they hope for, and that's why this guy's playing so you know, secretive, trying to kind of, you know, avoid you know, being taken out and hopefully catch us unawares. But at this point, I just fortify up more. The new zone's coming in, so I will need to sort of move away from here a little bit, move a bit to the left to get a bit further in. So that's what I start to do, and just, you know, making my base even higher, so he'd have to waste more materials to come and attack me. And at that point, you know, Adam or Son are going to see him anyway, so he really has no chance, this guy, wherever he is. Again, just, you know, looking to fortify up. I have the materials to do so. The only place I haven't really started shooting was, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I thought maybe it'd be a late runner because the storm's starting to move now. The only place we haven't really bothered to really shoot down yet is the house. So I start looking at the house and think, well, I can't see him running in anywhere, so let's just destroy this house because that's the biggest structure on the map. And all these, you know, and no surprises, but he is in the house. He was in the lounge on the ground floor. You might not be able to see him there, but yeah, just he's running around trying to get out to escape from Adam's Son and Serenity's. The force is coming in on him, and there he goes. Serenity's finishes him off, the remix Spud. Trying to get lucky against the great Adam's Son and Serenity's force, but it is not happening. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this squad highlights episode 1. I'll bring another one out with the same boys, including Danza next time. So I really hope you guys look forward to that. This was Serenity's, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.